Oh boy, old man Maui looks rough. Muscle suit. Not looking good on the rock. Man, this opening, guys, it doesn't look good. Disney is cannibalizing itself all summer long. Something's got to give, and it looks like it's going to be Moana live action. Maybe they knew this. The color palette's rough. Toy Story 5, well, we're going to talk about that in bonus time. We're going to talk about Disclosure Day, or should I call it Disappointment Day in bonus time. It's good to see everybody. Hope you're having a great Friday, June 19th, 2026. TGIF indeed, friends. And we're off and running. In fact, we are gifted this morning by Culture Sugar Daddy, otherwise known as Tony Piacente, with 10 CultureCasino memberships. That's right, guys. Friday is amazing. We should be very grateful. If your name just turned green, you get access to all the early releases like I did for the Toy Story 5 video yesterday. When I finished editing it, I uploaded it so all of you that are members could see it half a day ahead of time. And I dropped it again at 8:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't seen today's video, go check it out. I think you will appreciate it. Snortopoopus Q Burr is in the house. Good to see our favorite polar bear. Dr. Jill, of course, leveraging the wrench. Great stuff. Cat Slave out there as well. And, of course, the lovely Juliet from across the pond. We've got Crazy White Boy and Walter Tomaszewski. The new Celestian compression horn drivers are on the way. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, man. Cardboard speakers. I've got a lot of projects. I'm going to do styrofoam speakers at some point. Maybe I'll share that with y'all. What else is going on out there? We got some great people here this morning. Crazy White Boy's on vacation, but has to go in during vacation. That's weird. Juliet saying hello to Chief William Schweikert, who was a commentator on today's video. Look at all these great people. Look at all these people saying hi to everybody. Look at it. It's a good day. It's a good day in the chat. John, the Beagle Dad. I will take the bear video and I'll apply it to Monday. All right. Let's see who else is out there. We got Culture going after Polynesians now. I'm not going after anybody. This is an old man in a body suit and a wig. For all I know, he's thinner than what's his name. It's like all these guys, when they realize you can't take the junk or the gear forever, they get all little. Anyway, who else is out there in the world? We got more folks rolling through the door like the lovely Georgia Peach. Good morning to you. And for those of you who don't realize how important it is to get to 1,000 members, let me say it this way. It's the way that this channel pays for itself. It removes the out-of-pocket costs. Let's just put it in those terms. Canoles is out there. How's it going, Canoles? Barry the Music Man, of course. We got lots of great people out there. I think Barry the Music Man even sent a super sticker earlier in the stream. And we got a super-duper chat from our friend, our pal, our buddy, Flying Blind on a Rocket Cycle for 2 Culture Casino cash saying, good day, all good day to you, my flying friend. Looks like this movie will beat He-Man. Well, it probably will. It is Disney, after all. The female-centric studio. Everything about Disney's female, including Toy Story 5. Oh, my goodness, the feminization. And look, not that there's anything wrong with that. They're appealing to the princess audience, but they take boy properties and turn them into girl properties, and the plan all along was to bring the boys in. Do you know how they think they're bringing the boys in? By feminizing everything and calling everything toxically masculine. That's the boys in. Bringing the boys in. Barry the Music Man, there's the super duper sticker we were waiting for. A red hand pointing up. There you go. Caveat Ties out there in the world. Good to see you, Caveat Ties with Caveat Ties. Corporeal being, happy Juneteenth, y'all. I guess. But 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whatever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it. And let's talk about Moana. Moana Disney live action is taking the animated hit and taking it, well, to the bottom at $85 million in U.S. opening as the early box office looks. Do you remember the early box office looks for Supergirl? Yeah, they went down over time, too. This one likely to do the same thing. I'm not kidding. This is going to be a real problem. We got the Grinch earning a sequel somehow, over a decade later, 15, 20 years later. Okay, Jim Carrey's coming back, and so is Ron Howard. I guess we needed this. Did we? I don't know. What we may not have needed, though, is the Duffer Brothers. Well, maybe they are not needed over at Netflix anymore. The Burrows has been canceled. I think they're just happy to be done with the relationship with the Duffer Brothers because they moved over for Paramount. Goodness gracious me. Speaking of which, Spider-Man is returning in brand new day. I hate Deadline now. Their automatic refresh bologna sausage. Anyway, Spider-Man Brand New Day snares best first day in U.S. pre-sales in 5 years. That doesn't mean anything. It's 2026. They're basically saying, yeah, since the global crisis, this is the best film so far. Since we released another Spider-Man film. Very weird. Hollywood warns against sabotaging California film incentives. Why? I made a video on Hollywood sabotaging itself just a couple days ago. Exemption from credit limit? No. No, I don't want to be part of a bailout of Hollywood in any way. I don't want to bail out the automotive industry. I don't want to bail out the entertainment. They made choices based on political garbage. They need to pay for those choices. Sorry. By the way, HBO has cut the price 40% of having HBO Max. That's right, because House of the Dragon Season 3 is coming out, and the annual subscription plans across all 3 of its tiers have been reduced. Go check it out. It's pretty neat. If you're into that, if this is the one streaming service you keep, you can keep it for cheaper. Go get it now. We've got Quinta Brunson inking a big overall deal with 20th Television. That's Disney. I wonder why. Let's see. That's a Dana Walden thing. Why did she get this deal? Well, you already know. It is what it is, and I don't think Abbott Elementary is all that good, but that's just my opinion. Comedian Carlos Mencia is charged with tax evasion after failing to report $8.7 million in income. Okay. I wonder what's going to happen with that. We'll have to see. And, by the way, Austin Powers 4 looks like it may happen, according to many people involved. Mike Myers has been getting a bug put in his ear, and Clint Howard told The Hollywood Reporter his hopes for more of the comedy franchise are much, much higher. What we've got to do is cosmically plant the bug in Mike Myers' ear. I think it's more than a little planted at this point. Let's take a look at UFC Freedom 250. The fight averages over 8.2 million viewers, one of the biggest streaming events ever. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, uniting people while a plot was evolving in the background to divide people and shoot them. Whole different conversation. Super Pal. First reactions, well, they're always going to be overly positive. The Mad Max vibes. You remember Furiosa? That thing tanked hard. Yeah, I agree. This is having tank hard vibes for sure. Boy, were the shills out in force yesterday for this film. When they should have been pushing just Toy Story, they were pushing this thing, and I think paying for people to write positive things about Super Gal. Not a Super Pal. Super Drunk Gal. This is going to be an issue, folks, and this thing is going to, well, it's going to make the DCU look disappointing. If it opens at 50 million or under, if it performs overall domestically at 150 million, Warner Brothers and Discovery loses boatloads of cash. Just saying. In fact, first reactions was that Jason Momoa was born to play Lobo. Well, that's not what you want to hear. You want to hear something positive about the star. And yesterday, she said dumb things, or at least dumb things were shown that she was saying about being a queer icon. I'm not sure that's the side of the marketing that you want to aim at right now. I could be wrong. It happens. The stranded ships that were stuck there are begun transiting the Strait of Hormuz. Maritime data company shows this in real time, and you can follow that in real time if you want to. There's several websites that monitor maritime traffic, so keep that in mind. Moving on, we've got, average 30-year U.S. mortgage rate falling to a 6.47%, tracking lower bond yields as the war winds down. Well, yeah, I think we all could have predicted that, and the drop in oil prices. If you didn't have like $2 worth of taxes on your gas in California, you'd be doing better. You might be able to eat better. Hard to say. Supreme Court sides with Texas man who says it's not a crime for marijuana users to have guns. Supreme Court agrees. This doesn't surprise me. How about you? And finally, bear claws a 19-year-old's face and chest through a window in a Crestline home. This happened while they were inside. Crazy stuff in the foothills of Arcadia, California. The bear attack occurred at the home of a Crestline mountain community in San Bernardino County. I've probably been to that community, to be fair. Anyway, that's today's bear story. Stick around for more conversation about Disgusting Day, Disclosure Day, Disappointment Day, Day. Anyway, let's get to it. Bonus time. All right. Hello, folks. If I missed anything out there, we're going to grab Super Chats right now. We'll have room to get them again later. Want to say a big shout out and thank you to the very lovely Ruby Hoove for gifting an additional Culture Casino membership. Guys, this is a big deal. The more we get in memberships, the better. We need to climb closer to the 1,000. We were almost there last month, 900 and change, but we need to get back there. So, early in the stream, right at the beginning, our good friend Culture Sugar Daddy dropped 10 Culture Casino memberships. Ruby Hoove added an 11th. And Flying Blind on a Rocket Cycle said, good day all. Of course, we also had Barry's Super Sticker, which Barry always does a Super Sticker. It's super fun. I like them. I think they're neat. All right, what else we got out there? Do we have any sparkles? Was there any sparkles in the chat? Did anybody drop any magical new gem things? I don't know. I'm looking. I saw Magically MJ out there. Good to see you, dear. What else is happening? Man, lots of things. So tomorrow on That Garden Place, my gardening channel, I will be actually not doing anything that I plan to do. I won't be installing the shade that I plan to do, which I've been trying to do for 2 weeks. Instead, I'm going to be doing greenhouse repair because we had a wicked, wicked storm. I've got to go buy some polycarbonate panels, which are not cheap, and replace the roof. The roof no longer has any plastic covering it. It got completely tore up from a wild storm. Of course, there have been a lot of storms across the country. We are in the midst of an El Nino. We went from an El Nina to an El Nino. Or La Nina, maybe, is the right way to say that. So, yeah. Caveat Ty says, the shrill of the ill shill still kills the chill bills until he'll drill the mill spill. Well, there you go. That's a lot of alliteration. It's lovely. Lovely alliteration. Ron is right in the house saying hi to Razorburn, one of our favorite rivet heads. And Razorburn says, gold coin. There you go. Lady Gamester out there this morning. Thank you to Juliet from across the pond in the UK, taking care of things. And Georgia Peach says, Austin Powers 3 wasn't any good. No need for a 4. And yet, it likely will get made. Why? Because Hollywood has no original ideas anymore. So, yeah. 6 Feet Down South says, what's up? What's up indeed? Indeed. D-Bud Martin's here. Look at that guy. He does everything. He promotes everything. He is the mod of everywhere and always. That might be your new tagline, D-Bud. The mod of everywhere and always. Pretty cool stuff. Donovan Bradford, greetings, D-Bud. Well, greetings to you, Donovan Bradford. And I think I said hi to Corporeal Being, but I'll say it again. Why not? Is Rough Girl in the house? Is the lovely Rough Girl in the house? Been praying for her. She's been fighting it. Lots of people been fighting it. Here we go. Our friend Archer Merchant for $2 says, just seems like none bodes well for Diz. It's true. Look, a lot of people asked me early on what I thought would actually or could genuinely happen with Toy Story, because I was one of the people early on that said it's not going to be as successful as people are projecting. I think they may be projecting. That's possible. Um, I wouldn't mind being proven wrong. I just don't think I will be. Who else is out there in the world? We got lots of people out there today. Turn it up. All right. I'm about as loud as I get, kids. Roof. That's right. We need to raise the roof in the greenhouse. That would actually help, to be fair. Matt G in the house. And there again is the Magically MJ. You can follow her on the Instagrammies and other places, but you can also find her co-hosting with Vash, co-starring with Ron, and many others. Yeah. But no, I think you're right, Archer. I think the box office is going to be split this year for Disney, and I think they've cannibalized themselves pretty sufficiently. And they are putting all their eggs in one basket for recovery when we get to Doomsday, which I think is going to be Disappointment Day, just like Disclosure Day. Emotionally unstable amphibian says, rough, who let the dogs out? Who? Always and forever. That's right. Donovan says, hey, I liked your Toy Story 5 review, Culture. Well, thank you. Look, I'm not going to eat its complete lunch. For what it was an okay film. But it is a 6.5 out of 10, guys. That's what I say in the review, amongst other things I say in the review. Toy Story has been, over the course of the last two films, feminized. Even the great Christian Toto says as much. Our pal Al didn't necessarily mislead us in saying that it wasn't woke, but there was a lot of intersectional garbage in there. They did play the guys for laughs. There does seem to be a leg kick by Buzz at the end. Buzz has a better story than Woody's. Woody's is very get bossed around a lot by the ladies. So it's weird. Hang on a minute. Ms. Pit Cafe says, today is Magically MJ's birthday? Folks. Oh, it's assonance, not alliteration. You are correct, caveat ties. Don't try to correct a writer. They're usually right. See? Hence the word writer. They're right. Haha, two different words. Anyway, another assonance. But regardless. So Magically, MJ had a birthday. Send her a piece of cake in the chat, please. In fact, let's do this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Magically MJ. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Look at all these great people out here. Gotta love it. Commander Ed Straker is Shadow. Hello, Commander. The 6-hour daily. Might be. We might go long today. Toy Story 5 is preachy. But it's preachy in some of the right ways. It's also preachy in some wrong ways. So no, you're right. It's preachy. Ron is right. Well, in this, yeah. Alcock thinks that queer, drunk, and messy is iconic. A positive role model? I don't know. Yeah, no, I think you did mention this, Putin. You sold your Disney and bought more NVIDIA. Yeah. Man, I really wish Mike had sold his stock way back when. Miley Alcock is a queer icon now. I mean, it's in the name. Oh, that's going to get me in trouble. The roof is on fire. No, but it was blowed off. It blowed off the roof. I got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of roofing repairs that need to be done. Oh, well. I heard it's not as bad as predicted. They did a good job. Eric and Rafa, to which thing are you referring? Minions and Monsters is going to hurt its numbers? Oh, yeah. By the way, the preview for Minions and Monsters that I saw yesterday was amazing. Oh, and the last thing before the movie ran was Hexed. It's worse on the big screen than it was on the small screen. The trailer really sells you the whole, you know, I'm a witch with purple hair and pierced nose. It's selling a lot of different things, and they're not good. Disney's been taken over by witchcraft. Disney stock is overvalued. Yep. I still think it should be around 78, maybe even as low as $73 a share. So it is MJ's birthday. Send her a cake. If I knew she was coming, I'd have baked a cake. 91 Moon Knight says, I don't want another Predator movie because they'll cook up a story and put it in the meat grinder. True story. They did the last two. Rough is an East Coast thing. I'm going to be on the East Coast pretty soon. Alex Clark is out there. I think so too, maybe. Also too. Who else is out there in the world? Based on what I've heard, Doomsday is given some feminine energy. Well, I mean, RDJ, probably bringing that. So, That Park Place Live is coming up after today's show. You can definitely catch Magically MJ there. I think regularly, almost on Mondays now. Jan Monroe is out there. Hello. There are only 3 Toy Story movies. Yeah. And then you have Toy Story for Girls, 1 and 2. Scotland. Viva the Tartan Army. For £1.99. That's right. This is proper money. Thank you for this. The Missing Sock. What a great name. I always seem to be missing a sock after a dryer event. It's wild stuff. Culture Sugar Daddy says, recently, for every hit Disney has, they have 3 flops. That's kind of, that's not that's not your plan, right? That's not the ratio you're going for. Yeah, and people are done with this. I mean, Hollywood doesn't want to hear it now. Enough prequels, sequels, and reboots. They like I said yesterday in the 6-Minute Daily, those are Hollywood trigger words now. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. All right. Moana said she is not a Disney princess. Uh-oh. Muscle Suit Maui is going to be bad. Yeah. I wonder if the animations on his body will look as cool. I doubt it. First of all, this even in the preview trailer that I saw yesterday, this looks flat. I've seen this twice on the big screen, the preview trailer, and I'll just say it looks flat. Like, hey, I shot most of this on the volume flat. So yeah. Oh, you know what? This is something I did not do. I will put that piece of paper back in front of me, and we will make sure that we get a chance to check in on Wonderland Band and evaluate if I look like Wonderland Band, SFX of 314 Sabertooth Raptor. So we'll see. If so, maybe I'll dress up as a Wonderland Band member and do the show like that. Randall Orser, one of our favorite Canadians from Canada, says, 12-year-old me giggles when somebody says Woody. Well, there's a lot of potty humor in Toy Story 5. In fact, that's what Smarty Pants' character is all about, potty training. And they use that to get some juvenile chuckles from even the adults in the audience. So you'll be right at home with the Disney adults that showed up. Guys, I'm not kidding. When there were more adults wearing things I would have expected on kids yesterday in the theater than you would think would appear in our society. If you want to say we don't have a mental health crisis, I'm going to say, well, I should have taken pictures. It was crazy. One of the girls was wearing a tiara. One of them was wearing Pixar Mickey ears. I mean, they were all carrying some kind of Disney-fied backpacks. And look, if you're going to the parks and you're Disney bounding, all that other stuff, please do that. I know Magically MJ has a great collection of ears, I suspect. But wearing that to a movie theater, that challenges me a bit. And if somebody sees that differently, please let me know. But it's just very weird. Um, and like you said, I expect to see that in theme parks. Universal, I expect to see wands and robes and all those kinds of things. I expect to see that. I would expect to see Star Wars stuff in Disney, but Disney's got a big NFL problem. It's the no fun league when you go to Disney. They don't want you to wear a helmet or anything that covers your face. They forced you to wear a mask at Disney, if you don't remember that far back, about 5 years ago. But no, can't wear a costume. Chief William Schweiker says, hello, Culture Casino. That's right. And again, ladies, if you want to wear your ears, I'm fine with it. If you're going to the theme parks, that's cool. Movies? I don't know. Caveat Ties does what I do. I'm usually right. Dad joke time. I love it. Scotland, baby. That's right. Let's make Great Britain great again, including all the island pals. What's going on? What's going on? We love Scotland. We love Ireland. Yeah, some of us even like Wales. I mean, let's just be honest. It's all right. Kit Kat with a Kit Kat says, happy birthday, MJ. That's what you need to do. Jan Monroe's like, I had to clean this morning. Well, you still got here. 6 feet down south says, happy birthday. Look at all the happy birthday wishes. You guys, thank you. Magically, MJ deserves it. She's so lovely. All the Toy Story movies were pretty cheap. The first three were really good. 91 Moon Knight did something that I don't think anybody has done, reading a Tom King story, or at least willingly. You did this willingly? I read Woman of Tomorrow, the Supergirl movie is based on, and she only gets drunk for her birthday on a planet with a red sun. And that's it. Well, I guess we'll see. If you're going to hire a comic book consultant, you don't hire Tom King. If you want to hire a compromised CIA agent consultant, you hire Tom King. So, yeah. No idea why super drunk girl is drunk for the rest of the movie. I have no idea. What else is happening? You guys are happening. Minions and Monsters is coming to kill Toy Story 5. It's quite possible it'll hurt its box office for sure. Thank you, SFX of 314, Sabretooth Raptor, for sending out the cake. To Magically MJ. Davina says, witch, please. Indeed. And there's more of them. Disney can't get away from it. Space witches. Witchy witches. And now animated witches. This is not the Pixar we grew up with that understood storytelling and broad appeal. The question is, do I have broad appeal? I don't know. TZ Burton does, though. Good to see you, friend. How are you doing? Glad to see you here. Leaf Erickson's out there. I called it on Hex Trailer, just trying to sell witchcraft to the next generation. Indeed. Again, this is the problem with the politically motivated. They sell fantasy. They do not sell reality. And look, Disney's supposed to be telling a fantasy story. I get it. You can do that. You can present witchcraft, but you can't. Doing it the way it's being done these days versus something like Harry Potter, very different. Back when I was a youth, I read a book called Half Magic. Before that, I read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. But there's some weird stuff going on. Sir Spamalot is joining us, saying, rock in a muscle suit says it all. It certainly does. Look at all these great people. Happy birthday, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Okay. Max London, if our son brings a girl like the Super One home, we'll be having some words. Well, Mags, I'm going to tell you this. I hope that doesn't happen. Not every girl with a piercing in their nose is a problem, but I thought it was really funny. She had her ears pierced. I never understood why people got upset by that. I'm like, look, yeah, okay, I don't care enough to get worked up over that. It's fine. 20 years ago, I sold my Disney stock for $225 a share. Well done. So it's really in the tank now. Yep. Caporio being, am I evil? Disney's theme song. Well, didn't used to be. Alex Clark says, I'm always missing socks. I know, it's so weird. It's like you get a pile of socks and like you have one sock at the end. You're like, where did the other sock go? It's wild stuff. I don't know. I'm going to turn on a fan. Let me know if you guys can hear it. Hopefully not. Trying to catch up with y'all. I'm like 8 minutes behind still. Do I have to pay to get you to look at that action figure? No, you don't. You know me. I'll take a look at it. Anything. I love it. Woody is bald now. That was such a weird thing. That could have been solved like right away with a marker, as was pointed out at the very beginning of the dang movie, or after Woody's introduction to the rest of the toys. Toy Story 4 was so dumb. Woody willingly becomes a lost toy and hands over the badge to Jessie. Give me a break. Sip of water for the working man. Let's take a look at the member chats in the chat. We've got Culture Sugar Daddy celebrating 15 months. Thank you for your support, my friend, for your wonderful gifties and everything else. Saying, I'm shocked that Jim Carrey is willing to endure the Grinch costume again. Yeah, he does not talk pleasantly about it when interviewed. Maybe they told him, we'll CGI it on this time. Perhaps that'll be better. I know this. Father's Day is this Sunday. Guys, celebrate Dad. Dad's good most of the time. So celebrate Dad with a happy Father's Day. At least send him a card or call him on the phone if he's still with us. Let's just not triste. He says, scroll faster, Cece. There's the lovely Penny. Penny, I meant what I said in the chat, in my return comment to you this morning for the video. I think you and your grandson will enjoy it. Just understand some of the messaging is going to hopefully not carry over in the future. There is a lot of potty humor in there. And the immature adults in the audience will laugh. I didn't find Smarty Pants all that endearing, but other people will. So your mileage may vary. Just let me know. Irate specialist in the house. Good to see you, friend. The AC is not out again. No, it's not out again. We're good. It's just moving some air in this room is helpful for me. It's starting to get hungry, though. Who else is out there? What else is happening? And technically, Jessie is the same age as Woody. I didn't think Joan Cusack was all that old, but it's very strange. Her voice sounds... I'm worried for her health, just like Putin was worried about my health. I'm taking care of my health. Losing weight, getting fit. I'm constantly working outside now. But I'm really kind of concerned for Joan Cusack. So, Dragon Bricks in the house talking to Davina Duckworth saying that was the plot of TS4. TS5 makes sense as a continuation of that. Yeah. True story. Gold coin. There we go. Look at that stuff. Look at that stuff. No, I don't have any air conditioning troubles. What I have is an air circulation problem in this room. I have a vent directly overhead that blows down on me when the air conditioner is on, but it doesn't. I don't get enough exchange, and that's despite leaving an exchange position over here in this wall when I built out this room. So, again, this was supposed to be the library, not a lot of activity or studio lights, which I have aplenty in here. All of the studio lights will be replaced. Well, not all of them, but most of the studio lights, except for the green screen light, which is back behind me, all of those will be replaced this weekend. So I've got a lot of physical activity to do this weekend. Some people claim Jim Carrey isn't Jim Carrey anymore. I was about to sing a song from Jimmy Buffett. Some people claim that Jim isn't Jim anymore. But I know. He's always looked weird. Anyway. Jennifer McMahon, Hawaii. I was born in Hawaii. Raised there from 0 to 9 years old. I don't want to see another rock in the Jungle movie. I love it when they play homage to my birthplace. People really are acting like Dakine. Hey, I got to tell you something. I love Hawaii. Almost retired there, to be fair. 3 acres on the Big Island. But, yeah, no diss on that. And no diss on, on the Polynesians, anybody who's native to Hawaii or anyone else in that area. I still have good friends living on the Big Island and on, and then, of course, Maui. So, it's just, I don't know if this is going to do well, honestly. But I promise you, no shade. Emotionally unstable amphibian for $1.99. Or, excuse me, £1.99. Proper money. This is pound sterling, guys. Restore Britain. That's right. Oh, by the way, I am wearing a 199 shirt today. That's right. Got to get the 199 out there. Number 9. But anyway, yeah, no, people really are acting like Dakine. Look, like I said, I'm Brock's not what he used to be. Ron is right, says my modem died on me. That's no bueno. Joan Cusack is 63 years old. So how old is Tom Hanks? I don't know. I know he's older than me. He starred in a movie called Punchline with Sally Field. One of his first movie roles. I think that's where he ran into Rita Wilson. But there's that. Just very weird. Jeff Elms in the house. Good to see you. The dolls are the same age. Well, there you go. I really like Joan Cusack in Grosse Point Blank. Of course, she was starring across her with her brother in that film. She was the secretary for the serial assassin. Very cool stuff. Did y'all hear there is a doll maker race swapping her Toy Story dolls? Really? She also changed the name from Andy to something more African American. Their feet says Antoine. Huh. Yeah, they did sound very old, Jennifer McMahon. They really did. And if you're a native Hawaiian, awesome for you. Jealous am I. This is true. Not everybody's Halle Berry. My goodness. Oh, stunning. Stunning. Man, Halle Berry kind of lives in my my subconscious all the time. Just an absolutely gorgeous woman. Holy cow. Hmm. Ron's like most Hawaiians have moved to Vegas. Well, it was kind of a bit of a trope that they traveled to Vegas fairly regularly, but lived, I don't know. If only Putin, if only. It was Agland. I bought it that way intentionally so I could have horses and other animals. Tom is in his 70s. Oh, somebody sent me an email. Let's click on this and find out from our friend Arthur Merchant. Did I say Arthur? Archer. Sorry, friend. For 5, Culture Casino Cash saying, hey, emailed you last night. If you know the day, I can forward you a link for the pass, and then you just have to redeem within a week for whatever the day in the future. Yeah, well, I tell you what, Archer, I will take you up on that offer. And I'll let you know when I'm going to be there. So hopefully we get a chance to have a cup of coffee or lunch or something. Um, I am not as hyped up to be at a D23 event as I would normally be. I've been, I will say this, and just to be very clear with you, I've been going to D23 Expo events and D23 events in Florida. I've been going to them for a long time. And they don't feel as special anymore. They start to feel like every other con, every other convention. It's not great. Not great. Mr. DeMark says, make British proper again. There you go. Oh, there you go. Rita Wilson was from Volunteers. There you go. There you go. The Cowboy Dolls came in the same box set. Well, there you go. By the way, as far as the story goes in Toy Story 5, it makes sense. It was a good through line. And honestly, they did take a swipe at giving the boys decent storylines, but they certainly did emasculate them through the film. And Jill's right. I mean, they can't make their own IPs. Again, Marxists can't make things, they can only destroy them. Look at California. Destroyed. Look at Hollywood. Destroyed. Did a video on that this week. Everything touched by the feelings over facts crew, you end up having destroyed. Star Wars, destroyed. Indiana Jones, destroyed. Slow Lucasfilm, destroyed. Marvel, we're about to find out just how destroyed that is. Oh, and a point of story that most of you may not have heard yet, maybe breaking news. Looks like Sony and Disney are having conversations about if Spider-Man can be bought by Disney. The rights. Sony's considering selling the rights to Spider-Man to Disney. We'll see what the box office looks like and see if that's a good move for Sony after a brand new day. We'll see. Tom Hanks is 69. Tim Allen is 73. Wow. I would have guessed the other way around. Crazy. Holy cow! Rugo Bata's back. What's going on? Woohoo! Look at this. Look at these people. I liked Dan Aykroyd and Alan Arkin in Gross. Oh, they were both brilliant. Both brilliant. Alan Arkin played the psychiatrist brilliantly. Nobody else could have done that role the way he did. And Aykroyd's character was believable as well. Bing, 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 bang. Popcorn. Yeah, good stuff. Halle Berry was so beautiful back in the day, and she could act. She's still beautiful. What are you what are you saying? Back in the day, smoking hot. Workers of the world unite. That's right. Yeah, no deal. I'm not joining your union. That's like a club. Oh man, are we gonna do the whole thing from Gross Point Blank? I'd be down for that. We could do it. You know what would be fun? I don't know if you guys would enjoy doing this. There's a lot of you out there, probably theater kids or people who appreciate great films or plays or things like that. We should do a script reading sometime. Like, see if I can get my hands on some scripts that might be entertaining, like Gross Point Blank or a few others. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Send it out to everybody. You get to, play your part. Always super fun. Always super fun. I think I got Ms. Pickcoffee. I think I got Culture Sugar Daddy super membership message. I think I got that. So, but once again, thank you, Archer Merchant. You are a very kind individual. I appreciate you. Yeah. What is a sock Bermuda Triangle? I think we actually have that. I'm not kidding. Socks come in piles, not in pairs, I think. It's crazy stuff. Karen Hawkins out there. Good to see you, Karen. How you doing? Afternoon from the sunny UK, 84 Fahrenheit today, going up to 95. Yoo-hoo, that's warm for y'all. Y'all don't have a lot of centralized air conditioning in your neck of the woods. Here's the weirdest thing. I'm like, if you're on any kind of land in the UK, I always wonder why you guys don't do geothermal cooling in the summertime through a cooling radiator with a small like a PC fan would operate it or something small. Like even the tower fan that's next to me could probably cool your whole house with a little geothermal tubing buried about, well, let's see, you're only about 4 foot in the ground. You could dig a 4-foot trench in the ground, run it around, your land. Just depends on what kind of land you live on. But man, that's rough. Trying to keep an 11-year-old white husky cool. Oh no, the poor husky. Full-time job. Gardening will be for the cooler part of the evening. Well, Karen, I have to say, you're taking a brave-faced approach to this because it gets toasty in the UK. Mr. H and I talk about that all the time. We got to get back to hanging out and doing that show. I missed the H-cast. It's one of my favorite things to do. Yeah. Man, look at these people. Yeah, Tom Hanks is almost 70. Tim Allen's is 73. This is crazy stuff. I did not know that. There's the thanks for the cheese cut scene. I love that scene. Okay, I'll tell you what. Because Tony Piacente gifted 10 Culture Casino memberships, and Ruby Who followed up with one, so we had 11 gifted memberships. Guys, we need to do that every day. We got to get back up to 1,000 members. If for the price of a cup of coffee, you can get Members First videos 2 or 3 times or more per week. I basically did a Members First videos every single weekday this week. Seriously. So just keep that in mind. So I will grant your wish. Alex, here we go.
Oh, man, that's some sweet cheddar. Guys. Yeah.
And there we have it. So once again, big shout out and thank you. Thank you to all the members, by the way. You guys all deserve the shout out and thank you. Speaking of which, you know what I owe you? I owe you another member chat from an esteemed one here who's been here for a minute, almost 3 years of membership, and I know has been here longer. Tina Guzman, celebrating 35 months of membership, to say, what do you think of Brad Pitt's new movie? Which one? I think his version in Troy. I like him better in that particular film than what I'm going to like in which movie, love? You don't have to pay or anything. Just put it in the chat. I'll find it. So, oh, the dog movie? Well, the preview was amazing. I mean, that thing's going to tear my heart out when I go see it. I don't even remember what it's called, but the trailer for that is like heartrending. Goodness. Man. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. I'm going to go see it. I'll give you my reaction review on it for sure. So, thank you for that. I hadn't even thought about that. Holy cow. Con is here. Oh, I love you guys. Dean Krantz out there today. You guys are amazing. F1 was phenomenal. Guys, if you haven't seen F1, I think it's over on Prime right now. It's really good. PSTD in Alaska. I don't know what it's called, but yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I saw Mr. H on the Lotus Eaters podcast. Yeah, he's been doing a lot over there, and I love it. He's in his element with friends, and I just want you guys to. I want you guys in the UK to get back to enjoying the freedoms that you used to enjoy. I feel very badly for you. Trying to use proper English, because when you talk to the folks in the UK, you try to bring your best game. After all, they speak proper English and we speak American. It's different. But they do love America. When they come over here, pretty much all the Europeans are going gaga. I can't believe how many videos are out there talking about went to Buc-ee's or visited Walmart or shopped in a Target. Or I'm like, holy cow, you guys are just flipping out over everyday stuff. Yeah. After all of Europe telling us we're bad, we don't live up to their standards, they come over here and go just absolutely gaga. Like biscuits and gravy, they freak out over. So I'm just saying. Crazy stuff. There she is. She's thumbs up. Yeah, I can't wait to see it, dear. I'll give you a review on it. So no worries there. Yeah. Penny, penny, penny. Heart of the Beast pit movie. That's what it's called, the dog movie. I can't wait to see it, guys. I mean, it's the trailer blew me away. Thought it was really well done. Invasive species are why New Zealand has biosecurity at the airport. That makes sense. Well, okay, so here's the really cool thing about New Zealand. And if you live there, and I know that we have some viewers from New Zealand, I love your climate. You have, I think, 22 different microclimes. Like there's not a lot of other places like Hawaii, for example, on the Big Island on the volcano. Another place that has 19 to 20 something microclimes, which means you can grow every kind of lotus. You can grow pretty much everything that you could grow on the planet can be grown on the Big Island in Hawaii. But that same is true in New Zealand, and that's not great because if you get an invasive species like, let's say, kudzu, it's going to be everywhere. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to. Okay, so I don't like dog gets hurt movies. That really bothers me. Like I still, as many times as I've seen Old Yeller, I've done my very level best not to watch it again in my adulthood. Not great. Don't like that. Heck, I get upset at the beginning of the first John Wick movie. So what does that tell you? I have no tolerance for animals getting injured, which is why a gun pissed me off with Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I was like tempted to just leave. Peace. Jeff Elm says they are realizing they have been lied to about what America is like. Well, I mean, honestly, there's a couple that I follow that are Germans that that do videos about that. Fat Electrician has shown some stuff of people reacting. Man, he's great. These people that I follow, I'm like, I want to be this guy, But you can only be you. Just do your best of being you. I didn't even know they would like stuff. Well, everybody's loving it. Yeah, there's a French guy doing the same thing. I saw that he said he tried Texas brisket for the first time. He said it was the best moment of his life, and he is married and with 2 kids. Yeah, it's insane. Chato turned me on to some of these guys on Monday, but it's just it's wild because all these people are reacting with such positivity about Marca. Yeah, you've been told lies, folks. If you're in a foreign land right now watching me, which is your land, I guess it wouldn't be foreign to you. But if you're anywhere else in the globe other than the U.S., you were sold a bill of goods. Pretty good here. We got to keep it that way. Y'all are trying to turn your countries around. I saw what happened. The EU decided in a massive majority vote to remigration time for many of you. Congratulations. Good job. What's up? Davina Duckworth is like, hey, I learned about invasive species by watching the Simpsons episode with the koala. Were they in the rain? Ron says New Zealand and Hawaii are very similar. Well, their climates are fantastic. Why? Look, I don't blame Peter Jackson for using that to shoot all of the Lord of the Rings. It makes perfect sense. They built a lot of stuff and then they went away, and 6 months later it was covered over almost perfectly. Good stuff. Great stories. Hawaii is a bit warmer. I think the average temperature, and correct me if I'm wrong, Hawaiian natives. I think the average temperature, especially on Maui or in the Big Island, is like right around 85 because the trade winds blow all the time. And when you design an HVAC system for Hawaii, and that's in a lot of properties, that's a pretty new concept there. You only really need 1 or 2 duct outlets. So that's why a mini split actually is a little bit more efficient. Plus, you can power it with the sun in Hawaii. So very cool stuff. Georgia Peach says, we have kudzu, evil plant. Yep. D-Bud says, I haven't tried to watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3 for the same reason. Yeah, it was immediately frustrating to me. I'm like, I don't want to see animal cruelty. Thank you. Not something I enjoy. Something about Americans treating their animals like family. I don't know if that's a cultural thing in other places, but I know between me, my family, and friends, we love our dogs and cats. So, man, we're going long today. We're almost at an hour already. It's terrible in Canada, what the commie media says about America. Well, you've got a friend in me, Randall, and all my Canadian friends. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Dean Krantz is out there. I am anti-tourism from Europe. Keep thinking we are Mordor and never come here. Look, I understand that inclination. And again, I mean, we are such an evil country that everybody's trying to get here, and we have been invaded by some of the worst. And again, import the third world, become the third world. I don't want to do that in the States. We're going to have to figure out Minnesota at some point. Just going to say that. If you're coming here to assimilate and become part of our culture, awesome. If you're trying to replace our culture with yours or your belief systems, we don't need you. Yeah, Alex Clark, I'm telling you, the movie looks fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm telling you what, I've been enjoying a lot of the World Cup coverage as well, which is weird. Lost was filmed in Hawaii. Yeah. J.J. Abrams and Mystery Box Theater and complete garbage, terrible ending. That's all that guy's known for, not being able to land the ship. AOAO is coming up when we get to the end, which is not that far away, because we have other shows to go to and to hang out on. Again, That Park Place Live is coming up here pretty quick. Let me double check that I don't have a note. Ba-ba-ba. Oh, by the way, if you really are interested in a very well-balanced article about Toy Story 5, go check out Christian in Toto. Christian Toto's outlet. Hollywood in Toto. Excuse me, Christian in Toto. Hollywood in Toto. Check out his outlet, Hollywood in Toto. He writes a really balanced article and admits that, there's faults there, that Toy Story 5 is clinging to a fading franchise magic, which I agree. Let's see. MJ is celebrating her birthday at Disney Springs. Awesome. She's amazing. You have buy me a coffee link in her YouTube channel, so you could actually get her to buy her a coffee. You're still young, MJ. You're still young. Thank you for sending that message. I just saw it. All right, what else do we got? It looks like I may try to make it onto Brood Banter today, so keep an eye out. That usually airs after FNT is over on Erica and Raph's channel. So, yeah. All right, one last thing. Well, I promised you we'd talk about this, so we're going to do it, because I promised. I said. We're going to talk about Disappointment Day. This is where we are at this moment with Disappointment Day. Okay? It is sitting at $107 million globally. It cost $115 million to make. The box office split is 50%. The A&P on this film was $80 million. Now, do all your maths, and we'll just round this out and call it $200 million in spend. I don't believe it costs that little, but hey, I'm not going to call everybody a liar, even though they probably are lying. The opening weekend gross total was only $44 million. Spielberg made one of the worst films of his career and couldn't get out of the building fast enough. This film will be buried this weekend by Toy Story 5 and by a lot of other things, like, Obsession's going to make a resurgence this weekend, as is probably Back Rooms and many other things. So the fall off for this is going to be substantial. We'll take a look at further financial details here. Box office. So it is not trending well. The average is substantially down. The 17th, which was day before yesterday, is the last day we have official numbers for. It was already trending down 34%. It trended up once, and that was on Old People Tuesday. That's it. And it only made an average of $1,500 per screen. The slow growth here tells you exactly what the performance of this is going to be. I'm guessing right now that it has somewhere between a $6 and an $8 million weekend. And that's it. This film doesn't make financial sense. It's underperforming, as you can see from the gray dotted line. And it's not going to get better in its first week of release. Think about this. On a Wednesday, it made less than $1,000 a screen. Do you think these numbers are going to get better? Do you think the shills are going to look absolutely ridiculous soon? Yes. This is not a big opening. They're like, it's the biggest opening for an original film. Okay. This is this is an attempt to recapture the glory of youth with Close Encounters. And it spectacularly failed. Scooby Pup in the house. Good to see you. Love. Hope you're doing well. Austin Powers with wheelchairs and walkers. Yeah, that's what's coming. Sorry. It did serve to make the High Evolutionary into a despicable villain. Well, yeah, but he was already going to be a despicable villain. Look, this is all part of the King Dynasty garbage that didn't work. What do we got? Karen Hawkins says, our families stick together, and so no one tells us what to do. Awesome. I love that fortitude. Luke Skywalker didn't trust the sand people, and neither could you. Well, there you go. Plus, sand gets everywhere. You know, it's coarse. Star Wars stuff. Is Staccato in the house? Did I see somebody waving at Staccato? Teens like, Canadians booed our anthem again. Now, I will hold a grudge. I used to joke and say Canadian beer is not great. Now I will say free Alberta. Hey, I'm with you. Free Alberta. I can't wait to visit with Nat and the guy again. I did an interview with him. That channel's great. They're doing the people's work right there. All right. Disappoint Day is every day. Well, thank you, Snowda. Dysentery Day. Thank you, Jumpy. Oh, hey, you got a show coming up tonight, Snowda? You doing a thing? You doing a thing? Karen Hawkins says, Disappointment Day, good name for it. It was the worst film I've seen in years. Looking forward to the Minions film. Oh, man, it looks so good. Oh, the preview looks so good yesterday. I'm like, oh, I love this so much. So, Old People Tuesday. Hey, that's me. That's right, D-Bud. So it's me too now, officially. Any movie looking good this summer? The dog movie we just talked about. Minions and Monsters looks good. Man, there's several of them out there. We've got goodness, I'm gonna have to go through the release list again. But there's several films out there that look promising. Like you said, Disclosure Day was doomed from the beginning. Yeah, I am very much looking forward to Minions. True story. Is the movie good or bad? I don't care how much they paid. Well, for me, it's is it good? Is it bad? And the scorecard. Because I can think a movie's terrible, but it's got gazillions of dollars in earnings, and just because I didn't enjoy it doesn't mean it wasn't successful. So, as a person who is critical, because I'm a critic when it comes to film and television, all that means is I put my opinion out there in front of the world. Doesn't mean everybody in the world has to agree with me. If you're looking for agreement, well, then you've joined a cult. AO is coming. Get your AOs ready. Yeah, that's the other thing. Disclosure Day dragged on far too long. And I'm going to tell you right now, for a Toy Story movie, Toy Story 5 gets a little long in the tooth. It runs counter to the experience of most parents and how long the attention can be held by children. Hey, Larry, the name's so nice. You say it twice. Larry says, what was Spielberg thinking? Payday? Terry Rose, what's up, old friend? Good to see you. Look at all these great people. Everybody loves Minions. Oh, the Furious is going to be the sleeper hit of the summer, Scooby Pup. Davina is correct. Lots of great B-movie wire action. Sopranos is brilliant. Writing's great. I can't remember. What was the other Baltimore-based series that came out around the same time or before? The guys that worked on NYPD Blue worked on it. Oh my gosh, why is that falling out of my head? The Wire? That's great. Yeah, Scooby Pup, I think the 3-hour cut for Spider-Man's going to hurt it. It's going to hurt the box office. These guys don't get it anymore. It's so true. Not only that's going to hurt my bladder, I'm going to have to figure out where to go to the bathroom. I really wish my favorite app, Run P, was still available because I used to use that on my phone. Like I'd get halfway through the movie and be like, how long is this thing? And then it'd be like, okay, this is a good spot. When this dialogue comes up, run to the bathroom. And this is how long you have and what you're missing. That's what was so great about that. Ron is right, says Spielberg is stuck in 2007. Well, in this case, Ron is right. Still stuck there. All right. Who did I miss? I'm looking at Ms. Pick Cafe to see if I missed anything. Da-da-da. Breaking Bad was very, very good. Excellent, in fact. Use the busket. I tell you what, if these popcorn buckets and other things, there's going to be people doing filthy things to stuff these days. It's like, yeah, the movie itself will hurt the IP. I agree. I really that version of the Hulk, the possessed Hulk, is not going to look great. Psych is a good follow. Yeah, if you want to get a chuckle and watch something with decent writing. Plus, the two actors in that are genius. Culture should sponsor Depends. Well, it should be the other way around. They should sponsor me. Yeah, Ron is right. It's like, he remembers the app. That is great. What happened to Run P app? It stopped working. I don't know if it stopped updating or they just went out of business, but man, it was great. Love that thing. Did you see the Brahma Bowl? I did not. Larry goes, Run P is gone. Mine stopped working. If you guys find that it's working, I will uninstall and reinstall. So, yeah. Scooby Pup says, looking forward to next Saturday with you on the show. You'll have to remind me, dear. You'll have to remind me. Okay? Chuck's an excellent rewatch, too. For sure. Scorpion was excellent. As a show, I would say Scorpion's the Gray Hulk is going to be good. You think? I don't know. But Scorpion was a television program. That had great writing. Culture put those on Twit yesterday. I'll check them out. House of Cards is great. Till the last season. Man, I can go through it. Like Leverage was awesome for the first 3 seasons. USA Television for a while, and this is where my friend Brad and I talk about things. Or not Brad. Brett Dasovic and I we love the USA shows. Look at all these great folks. Culture would be a better Dude Wipe sponsor with all those flavors. It's a perfect fit. My goodness. Oh, wow. Okay, so I just need to reinstall. Mine just got corrupted and is not working. So thank you, Larry. I appreciate it. Yeah, guys, there's an app called Run P. Pick it up on the marketplace. It's worth it. Really helps for potty breaks, especially if you go to the movies regularly. Alias is also a good rewatch. Indeed, so is Stargate. You guys are on fire. You're 100% right. I liked Dollhouse. I think that was a Whedon thing. You guys ever wonder what happened to Joe Johnson? He was an early involved in the Avengers series. So Putin says, how can an app help my urine? Well, it tells you when to go during a film to the bathroom to miss the least amount of consequential events. So, interesting app name. Well, that's what it's called, Run Pee. Man, I should get a sponsorship from them. I've been promoting the heck out of them. All right, folks, we are at the end of the show. I'm going to go make some breakfast. You are free to redirect wherever you want to go, but just keep in mind that Park Place Live is coming up next. You can also check out Midnight's Edge in the morning and a couple of other shows on the Green Machine. On that note, we are about to AO our way out of here, so get those ready, and we will see you live on Monday or before. I might go live before. We will have a late appearing video tomorrow on that garden place because I have to rebuild the roof of the greenhouse. On that note, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, have a great weekend, everybody. Peace.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this